Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm Tony.
And I'm Sab. I want to thank all our subscribers for supporting the channel, and also guys, go ahead and press the like button. It helps us to know if you like the content. It also helps the algorithm and helps us to build the channel. Also, you can go ahead and follow us on other social media platforms such as TikTok, Sab and Tony, and also on Instagram, Sab and Tony. I think it's Sab underscore and underscore Tony.
And remember to turn on your post notification bell so whenever we upload, you'll be notified. And guys, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
Alright, so today we're going to be doing a little bit of a story time. So it's going to be wedding day mishap. Alright, so we're just going to tell you a little bit of the mishaps that happened on our wedding day. It wasn't anything too much or anything too bad, but
to be honest, I don't really think it's a mishap. A little thing one, but you know, I just did today, so.
Right. So the first thing that happened was that the night before, well, the day before, we had set up the tent and everything for our guests, and then the night before we had a little thunderstorm. So guys, it was crazy. So fast forward to wedding day, which is the next morning. When I got up, I realized that one of the tents that we had put up was damaged. So right there and then, you know, your girl started to like freak out, but not too much, because it was something we were able to fix. But all in all, we went ahead and fixed that real quick. It wasn't that much of a big deal, so we go ahead and sort that out. So moving forward, the rain was still falling at this time during the morning and all of that stuff. We were praying that, listen, can we get an ease on the rain? Even though they said rain is blessing, which I was grateful for. But based on the thunderstorm the night before and then a little bit of rain in the morning, you know, it looked like a bleaky day. So, you know, we were just hoping for a little bit of sunlight. So, at this point, we were putting on the finishing touches for the decorations and stuff like that. So, when we got to, the wedding was supposed to be at 2:30. But before I get there, guys, let me backtrack a bit. So in the morning, the people who were doing the wedding cake had called me to say that they had some issues with the cake where it was a 2-tier cake, and they were saying that the top tier was too heavy for the bottom tier, and the fillings inside was causing it to be a bit too heavy. So, you know, they said, hey, we're gonna have to reduce the filling, and we can't have this filling in there, and all sorts of stuff. I said, okay, no problem. It's all about getting married, not really the cake. So I said, no problem. And that went okay. We went and picked up the cake, and that was that. So while I was here putting on the finishing touches and everything, guys, one of my bridesmaids let me know that, listen, something happened. I was like, what? She was like, if and butting it, she was supposed to tell me, and I had to be dragging it out of her. At this point, I'm starting to get anxious because I'm like, what's happening? And she was like, the cake. What happened to the cake? She was like, what's happened to the cake? It's melting. I said, what? So I said, is it bad? She was still trying not to tell me what's happening, but I prefer to know so that I can try and fix the problem. I was like, is it bad? She said yes. I was like, oh my God. So when I ran into the house and I looked at the cake, all of one side was melting. Guys, mark you, it wasn't hot, it was raining, so I don't understand how the cake started melting. You know what, when you are growing up and you hear people talk about mishaps that happen on their wedding days, on their wedding day of all days, you are saying to yourself, of all days, this really happened? Now that I've gone through it, I totally understand. So yeah, so my sister and I ran into the house, and it's a good thing we had bought some decorating equipment for cakes and stuff like that. So I had to put some colors together and try to fix it as best as possible. So that's what I did. And you know, when the wedding started, we kind of put the part that was a bit melted, and the part that we did the extra decoration on, I put it to the back, and then put the part that was fine to the front. So that worked out fine. So yeah, so that was another one of the mishaps for that day. So moving forward, closer to the wedding, I was still here trying to put in on the finishing touches and stuff like that. The DJ was here trying to get him situated and all of that stuff, only to hear somebody said, "The groom is here, Anthony's here." I was like, what? And when I looked at the time, guys, you wouldn't believe, it was 2 o'clock and the wedding was supposed to start at 2:30. Now Anthony got here, he was fully dressed and ready to go, which was a good thing, thank God. The groom arrived early, but your girl, who is the bride, wasn't ready. I hadn't taken a shower yet, I wasn't dressed, my makeup wasn't done. So you know, I had all of that to do, and it was 2 o'clock and the wedding was supposed to start at 2:30. So when I heard them say, "Anthony is here," guys, I dashed in the house, and trust me, it took me only 20 minutes to take a shower, do my makeup, put on my wedding undergarments. The only thing that was left for me to do was step into my wedding dress. So, you know, because it's white, you know, I was waiting till the very last minute when I'm ready to walk out to step into it. So I don't know how I did it, but 20 minutes, all of that was done. So yeah, so before I get into the other part, there is this other thing that happened where when Anthony got here, he had asked them to give him a little bit of liquid courage, you know what I mean? So Dave, you want to elaborate?
So me there, you know, and at first me I go get married. So me I say within myself, alright, today now, you know, how am I gonna do this? So me I ask Sabi mother for some rum or one Guinness or something. You know, something for calm my nerve. Nope. Nothing. So me up at the altar now. Me turn fool. Somebody a tell me what to say, and yet still,
somebody, guys,
yet still,
every time the officiant said, because we were supposed to repeat after her. So when it was Anthony's time, and she was saying the vows which he was supposed to repeat, he was like stuttering and baffling, and I was like, I had to like hold his hand, say, so every time the minister said something, I had to repeat it, squeeze his hand, and have him say it after. It was crazy. It was like he was so nervous, but it worked out for the best. If you haven't seen that, the wedding vlog, guys, go ahead and check that out. So I know you probably won't notice because nobody really knew, except for the fact that sometimes he made a little hiccup on the vows, but that was because he's nervous. So I guess if you see that, then you know that's what we're talking about. You know,
I did think me ready for that part there, but honestly, I'm never ready.
You're never ready to stand in front of the crowd? Or the vows or what?
You know, I'm shy by nature. So I think that had a major part to play in it. But you know,
It worked out.
I go on good. I go on good.
So yeah, so back to me getting ready in 20 minutes and all of that, guys. So got ready in 20 minutes. When I looked outside, I realized that a lot of people were running late. So I was like, this is crazy. So I said, okay, I mean, a couple minutes, it's not gonna kill me to wait a little longer, right? We've waited, what, 2 years? So I guess 15-20 minutes not gonna kill me, right? So I was there waiting, sat down, had a mimosa, was waiting on guests to arrive. So when it got to 3 o'clock, I was like, this is crazy. I looked outside. We had people walking in and stuff like that, but there was still a lot of people not here yet. Like everybody was just running late. So I wanted to wait for them as long as I could because we had people coming from all over. We had people coming from Jamaica. We had people coming from England.
Philly.
All over. So we were trying to wait as long as possible. But I was like, no, I can't wait any longer. This is like half an hour, 3 o'clock. We got to keep it moving. So I was like, I'm ready. So I stepped into my wedding dress and then I just went and walked down the aisle. So, you know, it turned out it was a beautiful. So guys, even though the rain was falling for most of the morning and all of that, at the end of the day, it turned out beautiful. The sun came out. It was so hot because when we were taking the wedding pictures, everybody was like sweating and all of that stuff. So the day turned out beautiful. Everything turned out great. Those were just minor mishaps that happened, so it wasn't anything major. We still had a blast. The DJ was there. We danced and had a lot of fun, guys. So again, if you haven't seen that video, go ahead and check it out. All right, so I think that's it. I think I didn't miss anything, did I?
Only thing I think left out was where was I during the setting up of, you know, the wedding. Well, my nephews, my brother and friends, they all came for me and they said, listen, so your last night will be single, you can't run your wife or your fiance at this time, we are going to go club. So I was upset.
Yes, guys. So yeah, everything turned out great. He had a mini bachelor party, as you would call it. His nephews took him out and all of that. He spent the night with them. So, because they were telling him like, hey, you're not supposed to see the bride before the wedding and all that stuff. So he was like, yep, I'm out of here. So yeah, that was a little insight into how our wedding day went. But overall, it was a lovely day. It turned out great. And I don't think I would change anything, would you?
Yeah.
What?
Wish me to get something to drink.
Alright guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video, tell a friend to tell a friend. Alright?
Just share and comment. It goes a far way, guys. Trust me.
Yeah. Alright. Thank you for watching.
And until then,
bye bye.